Welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I'm, of course, Dr. Cush, along with my barback Kyle. I'm not a real doctor, but I did spend almost 2 decades running some of LA's best bars. After years of teaching classes and training bartenders, I want to demystify the cocktail world for you. Let's try a few new things as I open up my bar to everybody. Belly up, chat, and let's have a drink. All right, guys, welcome to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. This guy. Same guy. Might not look similar, but they are, I promise, the same guy. We are both Dr. Cush. We are here tonight living out Bootopia's absolute nightmare. We are doing a live-to-tape show. So unless you have somehow snuck into the bar or hiding in one of the nooks, the various crannies that we have in here. I've never seen a cranny live, but if you are hiding in one of those, you are watching this live, you are the only one who's watching this live. Everybody else, this was taped earlier, but that is not a big deal because we are here tonight to pay penance. Boy, we had a fun show, I think, on Saturday. It was Donn Beach had a birthday. He's been dead for decades at this point, but he had a birthday anyway. We still celebrate it. And in my long list of cocktails created by Donn Beach, there was bound to be one that was wrong. I'm sorry. I did some research, but not clearly enough research. So we're going to be paying penance to a man named Victor tonight. We're going to be making one of his cocktails that I mistakenly said was a Donn Beach cocktail, not the Mai Tai. I still do believe that there is some validity that Donn Beach had something to do with the Mai Tai. I don't believe in a lot of conspiracy theories, but I do believe in that one. No, instead we're going to be making the Colonel's Big Apu tonight. Sound like a fun cocktail. I had a little extra champagne hanging out, so we're going to be doing the Colonel's Big Apu. We'll get into that in a second. Let me say hello to the people that are here. I have no way of knowing that. So let me say hello to some of the people that are here last night. Let me say first hello to Bootopia. Bootopia was here last night. Good to see you. Moose was here. DC David Clark, winner of the 2023 Cush Tucky Derby. Street PI was here on Saturday. That was great. Tammy, remember when Tammy showed up? That was fun. Who else did we have here? Oh, Deidre Lee was here at some point. Good to see Deirdre Lee. Godzilla the Hun showed up. That was great. Good to see you. Paul Bellamaro, promising me riches and rum, white rums, made by the great mustachioed one. There, Kyle says he'll be here, so that's good. Well, he's here right now, but you know, Jay Carter, party starter. Non-touchable was there, etc., etc., etc. For those of you that were not here on Saturday, I appreciate you being here now. Yeah, until this music stops. Like I said, we made a little boo-boo. On the Big Apu. That is not a Donn Beach cocktail, as I said it would be in the long list of cocktails that I did. I did do a little research on it. I thought that one had the most fun-sounding name. And the place that I found it ended up being right here in the Trader Vic's Bartender's Guide. I hate to do it. Got to give the man credit. This is a pretty darn good book. Lots and lots of great recipes in here, and you can always tell when it is a Trader Vic original, and a Trader Vic original that he says is a Trader Vic original. I can't give him credit for everything. But right here, he's got the little TV. The original Taylor's version. All my Swifties know what I'm talking about. And in this, he does have the Colonel's Big Apu. Did a little research, and everybody believes that this is definitely a Trader Vic cocktail. So, whoops. Whoops. My bad. Not great. Anyway, we're going to be making that one. Super simple cocktail. You know me. I'm a champagne girly. I love when you throw a little champagne into a cocktail. That's always going to make my day. I will often look for new things people are doing with champagne. This is certainly an old thing people are doing with champagne, so much so that even in the book, Vic says things like, this is one of our old drinks. The Colonel's Big Apu. They do tell me what an Apu is, or an Opu, O-P-U. They do tell me what that is. Right here it says, the Colonel's Big Apu, the Colonel's Big Belly. It's a drink for fat guys. You can't beat it. If you can't beat the Apu, might as well just join in the Apu gang and be one of the Apu gangs. So let's get into it. A very, very simple. If any of you were just sitting around like tinkering for a moment, there's a good chance you would find this cocktail somehow. We're just going to add a little bit of extra flair to it, just a little bit of extra bitters. I feel like the extra bitters is going to bring the whole thing together. But this is Trader Vic's The Colonel's Big Apu. Cool? Cool. Let's do it. Thank you again, guys, for showing up. Let's get into it. We're going to start over here. Trader Vic specifically calls for, oh, dang, triple sec. He does not call for a Grand Marnier. He does not call for an orange brandy. No, no, no. Calls for triple sec. Triple sec, of course, meaning triple dried. Is it the driest of all the liquors? Certainly not. Pretty sweet. The opposite of dry is sweet. This stuff does come in pretty sweet, but I'm sure that what they mean is triple distilled. So they're starting with a somewhat neutral base. That's my thought on it. Is that right? It's probably right. And then it just has some orange added to it. If you want to go a little bit bougier, you want to be a little bit, higher class, you want to sort of separate yourself from the proletariat, join the church class. What were they called? And I guess the bourgeoisie. You want to join the bourgeoisie, hang out with Marie Antoinette and her friends. Use a different orange liqueur, but we're doing triple sec. It's very simple, and we're going to be putting in a whole ounce of that. Whole ounce. Let's meet up here. Whole ounce of triple sec. Seems like a lot. 1 full ounce of some triple sec for the Colonel's Big Belly. Glug, 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 glug. I don't know how much you guys know about gin. We talk about it. We rap about it every once in a while. We discuss gin on this show. This is a gin cocktail. Hold on, everybody. Gin normally comes in clear. There are a few exceptions. Obviously, some of the Old Tom gins can come in with a little bit of that brownness to it from not being fully distilled out. Some of them have butterfly pea pod added to them. That's a good way to do it. Kind of fun. Changes colors. Some of them are just indigo. We're mostly talking about the Empress right now. Those guys have decided that clear gin is garbage. But there are other not clear gins, and especially since we're using triple sec. We get to hang out with my friends. This is Brando Motu Gin. We have a little bit left, and it is pink. The pink coloring of this stuff comes from grapefruit. Grapefruit. A very, very fruity gin. Very excited to see how this one works. Oh, yeah. Very excited to see how this one works in a cocktail such as thus that we are about to make. Very odd to not see the chat going. Hopefully there's chat going right now. Hopefully you guys are chatting. Honestly, let's try something. Everybody just say hi. No matter whether you've ever joined this place before, just type in hi. See if we can populate that whole chat. We're going to grab some of this stuff. Gin. Any gin will do. Guys, any gin will do in this one. Find yourself some Burnett's gin. I think that'll do fine in this one. We're going to be covering it up with a ton of other stuff. You want to go big and crazy. Find a big old crazy gin. One of those one-in-a-lifetime bottles of gin. It doesn't matter. Find yourself a gin. I'm using the Motu gin because sometimes get it for free. 1 ounce of gin, please. Por favor. So as of this moment, We have not. We're kind of an off balance cocktail. This will end up being incredibly sweet if we decide we're going to skip the champagne. We're not going to skip the guys. Calm down. We're not going to skip the champagne. But if we did, this would be a very triple sec forward situation, and that's not what we're interested in. All right, we want to find balance. It's always about finding that balance. You're going down one road, and suddenly a boulder comes towards you, and you got to balance the car out. I'm a little confused about what balance means, I suppose. We need, though, to even get anywhere near balancing this guy on our little teeter-totter, we got to throw in a little bit of citrus. This is our pseudo juice, completely shelf stable. This stuff has been sitting. I've been doing experiments on it. I really have been running this through the entire ringer, trying to find out if this stuff will be shelf stable thus far, and I think we're a month and a half in to see if pseudo juice is completely shelf stable. So far, completely shelf stable. It tastes almost no different from when we started this guy, and could not be happier, because nothing worse. There's nothing worse than setting up my show, getting ready, and then looking around and saying, "Oh crap, where's the limes? Oh, I have to run. I got to run real quick. I can make it to the store and back in 15 minutes, but no good." We're going to take some of our pseudo juice, lime juice. We're going to be putting in half an ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice, or whatever type of lime juice you're using. No roses, please. Please. No roses. Half an ounce of some lime juice. Look pretty clear. It's nice. I always am impressed with clear drinks. Something about a cocktail that is just completely clear. You put that in front of somebody, it could taste like anything. A clear drink can taste like a pina colada. It can taste like a martini. It can taste. I think that's the spectrum. And then I think you guys can fill in the gaps. You guys can fill in the evolution record from there about exactly how you get from a martini to a pina colada. But love myself a nice clear drink. And so in keeping with that, this isn't called for. Let me just make sure. Check my book. Yep. Nope. Doesn't say. It doesn't call for any extra bitters. I personally, just me, myself, and I think that maybe just triple sec is not going to give us that orange flavor we want. There's a lot of it in here, but it tastes a little like orange. It tastes a little like orange. We need it to taste more like orange. So we're going to grab this guy right here. This is just a little bit of homemade citrus bitters. Just very simple. Take some overproof alcohol, throw some oranges into it, clove or two. You decide. Maybe we'll get into making bitters here soon. But because we have put it into some pretty highly distilled, let's see if we can. Yeah, there you go. Some pretty highly distilled. Why are my hands so red? Do you think that is? Not on this camera. My hands look like normal human hands here, but here, oh my goodness. I got rosacea. This is just a very clear orange. We're going to put in a few dashes, so maybe like this. Squeeze like half a dasher in there. You should be good. Certainly tasting orangier. Smelling orangier. There's a lot of citrus in the gin that I chose, so if you are now coming across something where you're like, oh, it tastes a lot pineier than the way Cush is describing this as some sort of orange bonanza, some sort of Valencia parade. Don't worry about that. I am using right now a fruitier gin. You don't have to do that. You'll be fine. You need lots of ice. All right. So if you can, fill it all the way to the top. I have a feeling, I have this weird feeling that a lot of you are going through a big cold snap. I suggest and this is just me suggesting. You guys come to me for some sort of advice on this bartending thing. I've only been doing it for like 17 years. Don't shake your cocktails with snow. No matter how much you think that is a great idea, snow has 1 billion melting points and will just water your ice down, or just water your drink down. Don't shake with snow. I know it's abundant. Snow everywhere, but not a drop to shake. Find yourself some nice ice. We did not make ice this week because we have been gone, but we will go anyway. We're gonna give this a nice big shake. Thick triple sec in here, or like a big triple sec in here. Some gin. We can sort of help to calm this whole thing down. This thing's all in a tizzy. We're gonna calm it down by just adding a couple shakes. When I do that, does it kind of look like the little guy is shaking it? Go right here. How do I gotta get rid of my, yeah, there we go. The shirt guy shook that cocktail. Smells calm. Certainly looks more enlivened. Lots of bubbles in there, lots of fizziness, lots of contemplation, lots of inner turmoil going on here, but certainly smells calm. That's what we want. We're going to serve this one, not in this glass. Not in that glass. Ah! The earlier me put the glass I wanted in the refrigerator, like right now me wanted him to. We're going to put this one into a snifter. If you have a Pilsner glass, like a footed Pilsner glass, that's also really nice. We're choosing the snifter because I don't want to serve, this is a Trader Vic drink, right? I don't know a lot of Trader Vic drinks that are going to go into flutes. All right, no flutes. Instead, we want to put it in something that is going to hold the bubbles down, like inside the drink. So we want something that's a bit longer than it is tall. I mean, this is kind of a chode right here, a little fatter than it is on the side to the up. We do want something though that maybe swoops in a little bit, keeps those bubbles in. Find yourself either like a big old bowly. I'll show you a couple drinks. We might want to try something like this. This is a wine glass. I do think probably a squall glass could work on this. Just a baby hurricane glass. Calls for a Pilsner glass. Unless I'm at a very fancy restaurant, I drink my beer out of a bottle. So I don't have Pilsner glasses. We're going to go ahead and pour this. Let's get the good shot there. There we go. Look at that. Pour this guy right in here. We should have just a slight pink hue to it from the gin that I chose. Everybody out. There we go. And we're going to use the same ice. We want a little cracky ice, a little bit of a crushy ice here. We crushed it. We started off with full-on whiffin cubes or half-moon cubes. And now we're going to get into just adding some of those back in here. I don't think that half moons are a great cocktail ice. I don't think they look nice, but as Richie the Whiff will remind us, they do sound nice. But they really are not an ideal cue, but they're something that everybody has. So I think it's always better to just drink the cocktail with the stuff that you have than not drink the cocktail at all. If you can't do it perfectly, do it with some gusto. And that's what we're doing. You know, we turned on the cameras, came in, found a new drink, a little gusto. There we go. We do want to add here. So you know what? Let's try this. We're going to try it without the champagne first and see what we're dealing with. And then we'll add the champagne in. Because I do think that this is going to be pretty cloying. I do think that the orange, the like triple sec, is going to be a lot. So let's see how we do. Smells calm. Smells calm. The inner rage of this cocktail is not in the smell. Let's see how we did. Very sweet. Incredibly sweet. Too sweet. You don't often hear me say too sweet. Too sweet. Triple sec is not always. I'm sure there are great triple secs. I'm sure that there are. Cointreau, I believe, is a great triple sec. Or at least does Cointreau even consider themselves triple sec? I feel like Cointreau, once you get that French, once you like start adding the extra letters into the middle of it, you get to consider yourself whatever the heck you want. Cointreau is better than the triple sec I'm using. So since it is such a major part of this cocktail, the Cointreau can certainly throw you right off. So we're going to go ahead and add everybody's favorite, Cooks, the world's okayest champagne. Perfect. Perfect. Ideal. No better. No really worse either, though. Perfect champagne for cocktails. Comes in at a pretty reasonable price. They sell them to me in these little bottles. Love a little bottle. Love a cutie bottle. But it is a California champagne. All we want to do is add a little bit of dryness. I always like to buy the extra dry version of the Cooks. It works in all of my champagne cocktails. Do I like drinking it by itself? I do. I'm basic. I'm basic. Listen, I'm a home bartender at this point. I'm not competing anymore. A home bartender. I like what I like. Grab your champagne and just a little topper. Careful. Do you see what I did there? That is instinct. That is a bartender's instinct. A lot of people, non-bartenders, pour too much, overflow, start to lose some of your flavor, start to get sticky on your hands. Don't do that. Once the bubbles interact with all of the sugar that's in here, all those little yeast come back alive and start eating again. So pour slowly. Pour, 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 pour. I'm going to put the top back on this. Normally, we don't save a small bottle of champagne. That's why we use small bottles behind home bars, because, of course, we don't use that much. You know, we're making 1-2 drinks. You open up a whole bottle of champagne for 1 or 2 drinks. You are decadent. You are living in 1780s France, and you are about to have a very, very rude awakening. I do want to just swizzle this a touch. I probably could have run the champagne down the side of the glass. Sorry, down the side of the spoon. Got it lower in there so that the bubbles that are trying to escape will get lower and they'll have more time to escape. So we'll enjoy that more. I didn't do that, so then we're just going to give it a quick little swizzle. Just from that little taste, I can definitely taste that this is going to be a much more balanced cocktail. We're not going to find all of those big sweets in here anymore. We are going to find the gin. We are going to find the rest of it, all of it. Let's just look for it. Can we just put our little Dora the Explorer backpacks on and go looking for this? Yes, Dora. Cheers. Gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to the man. When he's right, he's right. This is a pretty darn good gin cocktail. Oh, this is the man right here. You want to see him? Look at how handsome that guy is. Boy, oh boy. Let's just put him right there. Oh my gosh, look at that guy. Was he a beauty queen? Was that Farrah Fawcett right there? My goodness, what a handsome gentleman. Listen, is this a mind-boggling cocktail? Is this something that I've never even thought of before? Is this something, flavors from the far reaches of the world coming together to finally bring us world peace? This is not that cocktail. But it is a very balanced cocktail. It has a funny name, the Colonel's Big Apu. I do imagine that if I drink multiples of these, I will absolutely continue in my Apu, my Apu journey. My Apu will continue to get bigger. I will start fitting into less and less of my suits. Eventually, you got to go out and buy new suits, and then you can never lose weight. You spend all this money on suits. Stupid way to do it. Why don't clothes just expand? Can we just figure that out at some point? T-shirts do it. Why can't suits do it? There it is, right there. Should we put it on the spinner? I assume there's probably a garnish that goes with it. That's a tiki drink. Oh, what am I doing? Come on, don't be lazy. Just because you don't know if anybody's watching this, don't be lazy. Throw this on here. Throw a little guy on here. There we go. Look at, oh, way better. Look at that. Now it looks tropical. Turn that on. Turn our light on. Oh my gosh, look at that. What a day we're having. Hanging out at the beach. We're wearing our teeny tiny little swim trunks. We got our big old bellies hanging out because for some reason that's just okay. I've seen it all the time. Mostly, you know, mostly a Europe thing, but it's still a fine thing anywhere. And we have just ordered our entire entourage a bunch of the Colonel's Big Apus. We're probably going to go belly boarding here in a minute. It seems about right. When would I drink this one? Whenever somebody buys it for me, I think. I think we should probably in these like classes, we should talk more about like when drinks are meant to be drank. Some drinks are definitely after dinner drinks. Some drinks are pre-dinner drinks. We have aperitifs, digestives. We have morning drinks. We have stuff that we put by our bed in case we have nightmares. Those are great drinks. The nightmare drinks, those are perfect. I'm gonna now take this off and go back to drinking it. That really is what a garnish is. We've talked about it on the show before. Garnish is really just the bartender's way of saying, I don't want to throw this out. The company bought it. Can you throw it out for me? Very good. You have a lot of options with this one. Certainly, change up your gin, change up your triple sec, your orange liqueur. Go for it with a different type of citrus, maybe. And this might sound crazy. I mean, I don't want to get arrested for being insane. I want to go to like what's that place they went to in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Nurse Ratched? I don't want to go there for suggesting this. What if you put lemon in here? Oh. Bizarre thing to say. Very nice. Well, I will one more time say to our guy, some dude, Trader Vic, I am sorry. I did not mean to to take away credit from you when I said that Donn Beach created the Colonel's Big Apu. I did not mean to do that. That was just ill research, bad research on my part. I threw it into a huge list. I thought the list would be funny if I could just start listing off every drink, and then I threw one in there and was wrong. There might be more. Let me know. Go back and watch Saturday's show. The list comes at the very beginning. You don't have to even watch the whole thing. Watch it after one commercial. You should be good, and you will have something to write me about. The Colonel's Big Apu. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Should we do it? Yes, let's do it. Guys, remember, these classes will always remain free, but if you can't help out, there's a couple ways you can do it. I do have a Patreon, I have a PayPal, and I have a Venmo. That's a great way to do it. Another great way to do it, though, and it costs you almost nothing. A little pride. Just a teeny bit of pride. Just a little bit of pride. Tell your friends about the show. You know, we spread lots of ways. By word of mouth. We spread by accidentally showing up in somebody's For You page on different things. You know, the algorithm shows us places, but much better if you guys are bringing your own friends. So see if you can't get your friends here to watch the show. The more friends, obviously, the merrier. And if you can't do any of that, the best thing you can do is show up. We do classes Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. And sometimes we do more, but almost never. But sometimes we do less. So if you're looking for less school, this might be the place for you, because it does seem like it's school sometimes. We did it, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate it. Just so you guys know, I am immediately turning around. I'm going to change my shirt so it looks like I've done something different. And we're doing this again right after this. So I will see you guys here on Thursday where, and I happen to know what we're making. We're making a brand new cocktail of mine called, and this is fun, the South Carolina 75. I just spent some time in South Carolina. I'll tell you all about it, but Show up with me on Thursday, and then we are going to be live here on Saturday. To do whatever. What do? We hang out. We do our stuff. We're here live. Anyway, thank you guys so much for showing up. I applaud you like a seal, and I will see you guys on Thursday and then on Saturday. What do we always say?
Wow. My father. Wow.
Bye-bye. Couldn't get the Patreon credits to go. 1 second. Let me just say real quick. We have so many patrons right now that they don't all fit within the song. So I got to be ready for it. Are we ready? Let's try this one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
My mistake! How are you today?
What, are you uptight or what?
Okay.